Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to the Mirror Mysteries. Let's continue playing. Hidden puzzle games have never been so violent. I mean, really, hidden object puzzle games, they really haven't. Yeah. This actually reminds me of something I just found out or heard today. Maybe I'm wrong about this and my information is wrong. But there was this movie they called The Never Ending Story, which I'm sure a lot of people have heard of it. It was a pretty popular one, although it's kind of old. Look, a cat. Everybody loves cats on the internet. Uh, and I heard that it was a movie made in Germany, so it's a German movie. It was just recorded originally in English for international release. And when I go back and think about of all those scary scenes of the never-ending story, because it was a pretty scary movie for a kids thing, and it's uh, and then I think about like the uh, Hansel and Gretel style of stories that are from that area. It makes all so much sense that that would be a German, at least inspired story. If that was an American movie, I suspect it would have been a lot uh, more watered down, and some of the scenes would have been different. Some of the story and dialogues itself would have been different. I think the movie starts off with them talking about how his mother had died. Anyways, why was it talking about that? I don't know. Boy, my mind is wandering, I guess, as I'm playing the hidden object game. Oh, because it was a pretty violent thing, and I said this was a pretty violent hidden object game, and it is. Since the kids are kidnapped, and that's the old Hansel and Gretel uh, style of stories. What are those called? Are those Hans Christian Andersen stories? Maybe? The Brothers Grimm stories, I believe, yeah. Grimm fairy tales. I need to find several pieces of wood. Several pieces of wood sitting around here. I'm really surprised this isn't something to pick up. There we go. So there's a lantern that is used for a different area. We've got some tools that go right here. This is a ladder that we'll build with all the wood we find, if we ever find the wood, which we will. Here's a piece. Here's a piece. We're dealing with a troll cyclops here. I guess that's a cyclops. Maybe a troll. Maybe both. I guess technically he might be both. Which, again, that was not expected in this game at all. I've played some other hidden object games that were much more bland. Much just, you're in a forest to find some stuff. Or here's some puzzles. Here I'm starting to crack the mirror as I'm clicking too often. But I'm also kind of cheating now and just clicking everywhere where I think there might be one. That is a question you have to resolve with yourself, is am I cheating or am I testing theories? In the end it doesn't really matter, but if you sit there and you're just cheating and clicking on every single place you think there is even a slight chance uh, of finding an object, that's cool by me, but other people might say that you're just randomly guessing and not putting enough thought into it. Honestly, I think the trick here you want to do is keeping momentum. Just constantly keeping momentum. That basket got turned down as soon as we built this. So if you want to sit there and every couple of seconds click on something, I think that's fine as you're looking, because you may just not see the object that you're looking for, but you may accidentally click on it, or you may subconsciously see it and you may accidentally or unconsciously be hovering right over it when you click that button. See, we have this. I think it's time for another hint though. Oh, right there. So that makes another shared object. So if I was missing one thing there, there's, I suppose, a decent chance I was missing something else, yes. So we're missing another plaque, it looks like. So it's going to be square or kind of trapezoidal. I don't see a trapezoidal plaque anywhere. We're also looking for a almost horizontal stick. I'm not really seeing that one either. There's the stick. So we're missing another stick. Interesting. Where's that one? We're still looking for that plaque. I think I'm gonna have to ask for a hint. This seems like something I'm not gonna find. Give me a hint. Where is it? See, it's right there, and yet I can't see it. I think part of the problems I'm having here is just they don't stand out. The objects are just too close in shade, brightness, and color as the things behind it. Danger. This looks dangerously like there's only going to be 4 sections, and we breezed through the first 2. Seems like they're getting easier and easier.
An old well. How am I going to find anything here? At least the well has some water, but of course the winch is broken. Oh, I need some light. Can't see too well. Who knows what creatures lurk in the darkness?
Okay, that's some good dialogue. It tells us what we're trying to do. So if we find that and put that there, find this and put that there. Here's a gem. We've got to break that out. Let's see. Here's where a pickaxe goes. Here's where some weapons go. There's several bricks we need to find. We need to find a bucket, but the bucket is hidden right now. We need to find like a whip or something? Some kind of rope? Yeah, a rope and some kind of dowel goes there, and then the bricks go here. Interesting. It's rather interesting that there's so many objects here, and yet I'm having so much trouble finding them. Am I losing steam? I mean, I don't know how I can say I'm losing steam when I'm also saying these are getting easier and easier as we go. Maybe I am losing steam and I'm giving up earlier and earlier. That could be it. I mean, it's certainly a possibility. And if I was giving up earlier and earlier, I would then be turning to the hints faster and faster, which then might turn around and create a scenario where it's not taking us as long to go through the sections. You could certainly beat this whole game rather fast, just clicking hint on everything. So there's a sword that's available, a brick that's available, and the rope and the dowel. How can all of that stuff be here? And I'm not seeing any of it. I mean, it's rather unbelievable. Where is this rope? Where is the dowel? How can both of those things just be hidden so far behind? Or maybe they're hidden behind something I'm just not looking at. I've been all over this scene. I just don't see a thing. Oh, there's the dowel hidden right there. So, where in the shadows is the rope hidden? It's right there. No, it's right there. Ah, I see now. I see how this works. It's just so completely hidden. Now the bucket's gone. And so we need to find the bucket full of water, which we have. And we wanted to take that to the troll. And so now the only thing that's left is the sword. Where's the sword? It's at a slight angle, which has a tendency to say it might be somewhere over here, but somewhere over here might be too. Is it on the back of this well and I'm just not seeing it? That doesn't make sense. Let's just take the magnifier away for a second, because it can sometimes be in the way. If we get a bigger picture, we might have a different perspective on this. But I don't think I will. As far as I can tell right now, it's not visible, but it's telling me it is visible. And that's what's the irritating thing is I'm gonna click hint and it's gonna point in an area I've looked at it a dozen times and say it's right here, you fool. See? It's right there, hidden in the rocks. Okay. To be honestly true to myself, I did not look in that section very much. It looked just like rocks to me. Even when it showed me where it looked like rocks to me. So that's the dark cellar. Now we have the workshop. Are we gonna get anything else? Or is that the last area?
This must be the gemstone cutter's workshop. I've never met a dwarf before. This machine looks pretty complicated, but if I had a gem and some instructions, I could probably create a piece of my own.
So instead of finding the gem that we were tasked to find, we're gonna, seems like, make our own? I guess that works. Is this a dwarf right there? Yeah, it looks like a dwarf. Is he just gonna stand there and not say anything? I'm noticing some objects are getting placed around here that were in the other areas. A nice bit of recycling, I guess. Certainly would be helpful that way. There was some game I played many years ago, I think on the Wii, that had a bunch of objects that you were trying to pick up or unlock. It was a lot like Katamari Damacy, but not exactly like it. You weren't rolling a ball around trying to stick to objects, which that is also is a game with a bunch of objects in it, definitely. But I couldn't tell you the name of it. It kind of felt like a Ghostbusters game because there were these hidden creatures in areas and you would use the Wiimote to point at them and then they would pop out and you would collect them. And it was, I think, a Konami game, and it had a weird thing because there was this scary looking teddy bear creature that was one of the objects you could collect, and it had what looked like blood all around its mouth, and in the description of the item when you collected it, it said he had ketchup all over his mouth because they had just reused some visual asset that they had from some other game that was a scary game, because this was a kid's game. I wish I knew what it was. It was kind of like a cross between Katamari Damacy and Pikmin, and several. Felt like a Ghostbusters game in a lot of ways too, because you were always shooting out an energy beam. Yeah, you shot out an energy beam when the guys you were looking for popped out and wrestled them to the ground. Yeah, I wish I knew the name of that. It's been so long. So many games I've played over the years, and so many of them never came to PC or anything. I don't know how you would take half of the Wii games and make them play on a PC well. That was such a unique input controller. It wouldn't have been fun, frankly, to even have played them. Oh, can I put something like this here? Yes, I can. So this is some kind of instructions, but I think I'll probably need this code card over it once I've filled out the instructions. There was this on-rail Resident Evil game on Wii that was quite fun too. Oh, the code card does go right in there. Because you could point and shoot at the zombies and it was pretty fun. There was a handful of good Wii games, although not enough. Never really enough. One I would love to see to come to PC is No More Heroes, and that's never gonna come out, or not anytime soon at least. It would be hard to figure out how you would get that to work without a Wiimote like all the other games, but I bet it wouldn't be terribly difficult. That's what Nintendo really failed at when the Wii and like when the Wii U came out and they stopped. Well, I guess right now they could fix it still, because they're still pretty much using the Wii U remotes and the Wii remotes by default. It's still point at the screen and click for a lot of games. So when the next Nintendo console comes out, if they don't use that controller, they would do very well to release a Windows driver where those controllers would work on PC, so everybody could then, they could sell the games the second time on PC, and everybody could buy a bunch of old used controllers. I bet this goes right here. So step 1, put the thing in the box. Step 2, do that. Step 3, push that one up and pull that one down. Good to know. So I've already broken step 1. So that one up, that one down. And that's already in the box. I don't think it's gonna really matter though. I don't think there's enough of an interface in this system that would work the way. So we got a prong here and a foot pedal. Here's the prong. So those go somewhere else. Now we're just looking for the foot pedal. Where would the foot pedal be? One would assume it would be on the ground, but never let logic get in the way of actually finding something. Something goes there. One would assume that the objects I just got don't work in the same area, that they wouldn't make it a shareable item if you were supposed to actually use it in the same area you got it in. I guess it's time for a hint again. I guess we have to do it. I do not see this foot pedal. It's probably somewhere right where, close to where I'm clicking, but I don't see it. Nope. In fact, it was sitting right on the table. Just looked like a piece of the table. That's why I didn't see it. There we go. So we're done for now. And we're down to 4 rooms. Only 4 rooms. That's it. Wow. So what? Next level, do we only have 3 scenes? Well, we only have 2 scenes in the next level? It started off as a game very ambitious. I will give it that. Rather ambitious, but now, as more and more we are finding.
You brought everything that Argus needed to make you the missing part of the pickaxe. Just grab it from the anvil and pay a visit to the cave with it.
So there was the pickaxe piece. Yeah, it feels like their ambition has floundered now. It feels very much like we are just getting rushed to the end. Now, it's important to remember that this game, and most games on Steam, in fact, were made and released before the Steam refunds were a factor. So, you could feasibly finish a game like this in less than 2 hours and then ask for a refund. Now, it's kind of up to you whether you think paying...
As you placed all the necessary things in the machine, something cracked in it, and it seems you can now move the levers. Find the right position.
I wasn't really needing 2 hints here from this guy. I think she should just be talking to herself the whole time. Nope. There we go. I think if you took your time on a game like this, you would probably take more than 2 hours, and then you couldn't get the refund. And if you played the game and you had fun with it, and you got it on sale, I would certainly say don't get the refund either. However, if you didn't have fun or thought it was too short.
Thank you for finding my missing gem. Now I can finally be reunited with my king. Here are the missing mirror pieces I promised you. Good luck.
Notice how her animation style looks nothing like the king's animation style at all. She looks completely different. Even how she's drawn here and in the picture looks nothing similar. Her hair color is different. Her crown is potentially different. Screen finished. I won't particularly look down on people for getting refunds.
You are quite the matchmaker, are you not? Now with haste, gather the remaining pieces. Remember your children have need of you.
Oh, why is he reminding us of this?
Please tell me that they are safe.
Of course. And worry not, for I do not lie. Now, carry on. You have tasks to accomplish.
This seems so ridiculous. So that was the ice area we did, and now we've done the lava area, and now we're going into it. So we started off with, I believe, 6 scenes in here. I wish we could go back and see. And then it was 5 scenes here and 4 scenes here. So what is it going to be? 3 here, 2 here, 1 here, 1 here? Or it could even be worse. It could be 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, 1 here. And then maybe we'll get something here, or maybe we won't get anything here at all. Those are definitely all possibilities. But the levels certainly feel like they're getting easier. They certainly feel like they're rushing me through it. To get back on the refunds before I wrap up, I want to remind everybody the reason Steam refunds exist is to push people, video game creators, into making better, more enjoyable, and longer games. It is only as a purchaser of games your responsibility to do what's best for you. And you will help the industry by putting companies that make bad games out of business. You really will. So if you find that any game is too short and you want your money back, ask for your money back. You can always ask. Even if you've played over 2 hours, you can try with customer service and they will give you the runaround, but you could still ask. And what we want to see in the next few years as far as video games in general, we want them longer, we want them more entertaining, and we want them to be worth their value. So so good, in fact, that people wouldn't even think about asking for a refund. So, I'll wrap up that idea and wrap up this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment if you want to, and watch every second of my videos. All that helps out. If you want to support me, you can click on my name, Rydo. On the right is a blue button that says support this channel. Click it, make a donation. And if you want to friend or follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.